What's up, witches? Happy Witchy Wednesday. I'm so excited to bring this video to you today. So much stuff has happened over the last couple weeks for me, and on one side of the scale, intense grief, intense emotion around losing my baby, my chihuahua of 16 years. And on the other side, huge opening, huge piercing light and downloads coming through. And it's pretty incredible because I've never really considered myself a healer, although that is an aspect of what I do. I tend to enjoy more of the psychic and the reading and the oracle aspect and the divination aspect of my work. But Spirit is asking me to bring in a different energy and a different intention. And so one of the really exciting things that's been coming to me is being able to do healings, group healings through video. And the angels are telling me that by creating these videos, and for those that are watching, that they will actually be reaching a higher dimension of healing just through the process of watching these videos, which is just so crazy. I've never really done this before, and I've never actually had this done for me. Usually when I have a healing, I'm in person, or I've even had long distance healings, but never through video. So this is very new and very different. So it's very exciting. So with that said, I want to talk a little bit about this really new, amazing teaching that has just come to me over the last couple weeks, and then very strongly right after my baby died. I was in such intense heart pain and emotional heart, and even my physical heart ached, like my chest hurt from sobbing, like my body just like was sore from crying so hard. And in that place of like vulnerability, I had this crazy download happen, and it happened in different spurts. Like at one time it was like really intense and I just got like these visual images, and then in other times it was just like kind of a gentle trickling that felt like it was like golden goo going all over my heart. And then I also had a dream about it. So I'm just getting like this information on so many different levels, so many different planes. So I'm really excited to share it with you guys. So what I'm here to talk about today is this concept that our hearts, the heart system, which comprises of our physical hearts, our chakra, our heart chakra, and this auric field that I didn't realize existed. So as a psychic, we look at our auras, right? I think a lot of people know what an aura is. It's basically an electromagnetic field around any object, and for humans, it's around our bodies and our chakra system. And our auras have many different layers, actually 7 different layers, and each layer corresponds to a different part of our information, because the aura stores information from our past lives, from our this lifetime, and basically just anything that we use to move through life. So I knew that for the body system, but what the angels have been telling me is that we actually have an auric field around our heart. And this auric field is super special. It is made up of 12 different layers, and each layer corresponds with a different dimensional reality that our spirit is experiencing. So for those of you who aren't very familiar with this concept that we are experiencing many different realities all at the same time, it's a new quantum physics idea about how an electron can be in many places at one time. It translates into our spirits, and how our spirits can actually have several different incarnations at any given time. So whether that is on this planet, so a part of your soul is actually incarnated as a different person on this planet, could be one dimensional reality, or into other dimensions and other parallel universes. And we've all seen, you know, sci-fi movies about different dimensions and parallel universes, and you know, your imagination can go wild about what that is. It's super exciting for me as a psychic because, you know, we read the different layers of the aura and the different information there, but I had no idea that we could actually go in and read different dimensional realities that our souls are experiencing. So this just kind of opens up a whole new like playing field of what kind of readings can be offered for people, and deeper understandings of what your soul's purpose is and what your soul is experiencing in different realities, and we're able to do that because we're being shown this gateway, or these 12 gateways of the auric field around the heart. So super exciting. But that's not why I'm talking to you today. That's just sort of the download of information that Spirit's been giving me. Spirit really wants me to do a healing and activation video because we can't even get to those different parts of ourselves and our spirit until we clear out and heal the different layers. So each layer, you know, through all of our previous lifetimes, because this is really the first time in our human history that we've had access to this kind of information, there's a lot of gunk in there. Like there's a lot of pain, there's a lot of trauma, a lot of past lives, a lot of happy feelings too, a lot of family members, a lot of excuse me, just energies that are ours that we've collected, and other people's, and dust, and just things because we haven't looked at this space really ever as humans. So it's super exciting. But what that means is we're basically opening, like, we're like Raiders of the Lost Ark or whatever, and we're like walking into this old tomb that hasn't been looked at in eons. And so there's just, we don't know what to expect and what to find and what's in there. And there's going to be some cleanup that needs to happen so that we could actually see what's in there, and some lighting and different things that need to happen. So as part of this video for this week, Spirit wants to do a full clean out of the heart space. Now, I'm already hearing that this might be very intimidating for a lot of people. We spend a lot of our lives protecting ourselves from the different chambers of our hearts just in this lifetime. So to open up and clean out gateways and stargates that can go into other dimensional realities can be kind of intimidating if you don't even feel like you got a handle on this reality. And I get that. Like, I also am feeling that as well. Like, I'm like, ooh, I don't know if I'm ready for that kind of stuff. But what Spirit is telling me is that the opportunity to go into different dimensions is a separate opportunity, right? What the opportunity that's in front of us is basically just to clean out the auric field of our hearts. And what that means is it's going to clean out grief. For me, that's huge right now, just layers and layers of grief that have nothing to do with what's happening in your current situation, but just things that we've collected over lifetimes. Also, you know, traumas, you know, betrayals, disappointments, anything that has caused the heart to break, to shatter, to need to be protected, to not wanting to be vulnerable and open and big. And so this is a really, really deep, big healing. So I caution you, if you're somebody who just doesn't feel ready for this, you know, turn off the video right now. It's not meant for you. But if you're watching this and you have a heavy heart and you know that there is a lot of pain that is keeping you from connecting with other people, from feeling like you belong in the world, from feeling like you can forgive certain things or move on or let go or release, that there's just, maybe you have this stumbling block in your life that you just can't seem to get past, no matter how many readings you get or healings you do or books you read or whatever. This is an invitation for you guys to really sit back and allow this healing to happen, to clean out the cobwebs that are around the heart space. And then also, if you happen to have any health issues that are related to this area, I mean, even shoulders, clavicle, throat, heart space, you know, if you have physical heart problems, breast issues, breastfeeding issues, If you have breathing, lung issues, like if it's hard for you to breathe, or if you're a shallow breather, like these are all symptoms of things that are happening in the heart space. And so this healing is a great way to move out all the pain, all of the stuck energy, so that you can actually be in greater harmony and synchronicity with your heart space. So that being said, I want to also just very much clarify, this is not opening up the gateways to the different dimensional realities. This is a precursor to that. So by doing this meditation and this clearing, you're not going to all of a sudden be open to these different dimensions. What's going to happen after this meditation is that you are actually going to have a deeper resonance with who you are, the people around you, more compassion, more ability to close karmic loops, more ability to just really be in harmony with the rest of the world, to be in harmony with Earth, to be in harmony with yourself, to have more self-love, to have more compassion for your family, more forgiveness, you know, all of these beautiful things that we would love to have and just sometimes we can't actually make happen for ourselves. So with that being said, if you are ready to receive this healing and this activation to this deeper level of your heart space, you can go ahead and join me right now and close your eyes, and I will do it with you. And I just want you to take a couple deep breaths. All right, let's just let anything that may have gotten triggered or sort of activated within you, a little emotion maybe, a little fear, whatever is present, whatever is, you know, in the forefront, any apprehension, any resistance that you might be feeling, let that just be okay while you take in 3 big breaths. In through the nose and then out through the mouth. And then when you go out through the mouth, really let it out, okay? This is a huge body healing that happens because our heart radiates out and it affects all of our chakras, all of our systems, all of our cells. So we really want to make sure that we are giving ourselves the full inhale and the full exhale, okay? So when you're ready, just go ahead and do deep breath in and out. And one more in. And out. And last time. And just for a moment, turn your concentration onto your body. You know, you can rub your legs or your arms, stretch out your fingers, and just sort of give a little hello and a thank you to your physical body. And just tell your body that we're about to embark on a very deep healing for the benefit of all, for the benefit of your body, its ability to support you, its ability to feel nourished and connected and safe. All of these things are going to be improved because of this healing. Take another deep breath. And just watch your body settle in to this healing. There you go. And as your body settles in, I'm going to just walk through what I'm seeing because the angels have already set up this space for all of us. They've been preparing this for a couple weeks now, for this exact moment in time. While you watch this video, you are going to be surrounded and you're currently being guided to just relax and allow yourself to be surrounded by this group of 12 archangels. And each of these angels surrounds you and holds hands like a giant border, a giant chained fence, a giant level of protection, a circle, if you will, around you in the center. And each angel is in charge of one layer of your heart. And so as you look around, you see that there's 12 angels in total for each layer of the 12 layers of your heart's aura. And they're here to not only activate your ability to feel your aura on a deeper level, to feel your heart center and your heart space in a way that you may have never been able to experience before. And indeed, humanity has never really had the opportunity to experience. And you're going to be healed along the way so that this process feels seamless, feels safe, and protected. So if your mind is wandering, let it wander. There's no need to concentrate on anything during this meditation. The angels tell me just by watching this video, just by sitting in that chair, you are actually participating and have agreed to this upgrade. So there's no need to do anything, which is just such a brilliant, beautiful way that we've moved into healing in our society. That we've come to a place of evolution in humanity where effort is no longer the requirement. Intention is the only thing that is required here, and your intention is to receive. So just continue to take some deep breaths as the angels step into your space. Each angel that is in charge of each layer is now moving to their corresponding layer. And you might feel a little tingle, a little lightness. Maybe you hear a jingle of a bell or a sparkle energy. Or maybe you just feel a little bit calmer as the archangels move into your space. I'm feeling a little flutter in my heart of excitement and anticipation as they enter. And so just know that each angel has now fully entered each layer of your aura. And their first order of business is to take a look around and just have an assessment of what each layer looks like, what its essence is, the quality, the lightness, the darkness, the colors, the energy, the emotions, the images. Basically just cataloging what is in each layer so that you have that information. The angels feel like it's so important that we do not erase or clear or heal anything unless we have a full catalog of what has transpired, so that we don't have to relearn old lessons over and over again. That those can be neatly tucked away into our Akashic records so that we have that information and we don't need to re-experience anything that is in those spaces. That now is the time in our humanity and in our soul's evolution to clear out, to clarify, to clean and to cleanse our heart space so that we can move to higher levels of being. So as they're writing down in extensive books and they're taking photographs of everything and making photocopies and energetic imprints like fingerprints, it looks much like a CSI scene where they have a lot of help and a lot of cataloging so that all of your information is 100% safe and 100% cataloged for you. Take another deep breath. And now I'm just watching them as they update your Akashic records, and they're calling in your Akashic records keeper to now upload all of this new information that wasn't there previously. Adding volumes upon volumes of information and evidence to your Akashic records of your soul. And as that completes the upload, the angels are now ready to step forward in a way that can really bring so much more harmony and love and cleanliness and hygiene, spiritual hygiene to your space, to lift the heaviness, the grief, the trauma, the depression, the anxiety, the stress, the mistrust. So if you're ready, each of the 12 angels is looking to you for a firm yes. And all you need to say is, yes, I am ready to clear out each layer of my heart's aura. And as they receive that yes, I'm watching each of them go in, and they're starting to repair all of the wax, all of the bangs. They're sewing up the holes. They're collecting any beans and any energy that's in there. They're taking a divine vacuum. It looks like a vacuum to me, that it just sucks up anything that is old, that's already been recorded, that no longer needs to be there, that's blocking your ability to connect to these other dimensions of your reality, of your spirit, of your soul, of your evolution. So take another deep breath. I'm watching the first layer be cleared out. And just notice if there's any resistance. And just watch as the angels are clearing out that resistance. And now the second archangel is moving into the second layer to clear that space out. Take a deep breath and release. And now the third archangel moving through the third layer. And now the fourth archangel moving through the fourth layer. And the fifth archangel moving through the fifth layer. And the sixth coming through the sixth layer. And now the seventh moving through the seventh layer. And the eighth moving through the eighth layer. And the ninth moving through the ninth layer. And the 10th moving through the 10th layer. Keep breathing. And the 11th, moving through the 11th layer. And then the 12th, moving through the 12th and final layer. Take a couple more deep breaths. And as she finishes that 12th layer of your heart, she's painting a golden protection liquid substance all around the outside edges of that 12th layer. And this liquid gold is very mirrored, so that when anybody's looking in, any energy that wants to come into these layers, they're actually going to only see their own reflection, so they won't be enticed to move any further. And so I'm just watching her completely coat the outside edges, underneath and above and all around your heart space, so that your heart is completely protected. Like a golden fortress. And now they're telling me that from the center of your heart, you have access to all of your compassion, all of your forgiveness, all of your joy, your connection, your miracle energy, your manifestation energy, your ability to attract what you are in affinity with. That you have now been upgraded into a higher dimensional way of being from a heart-centered place. And you'll start to find over the next few months, it's going to be a lot easier for you to find compassion for yourself and for others. And they're just giving you a few downloads and a few upgrades as your body integrates this new system into your reality. So they just want you to know that you have nothing to do. There's nothing to integrate. That when you go to sleep tonight, there's going to be some lesson on how you can keep your heart space clean and each of the layers clean. And if you're interested in moving into a further exploration of the different 12 dimensions of your being and having a reading on that, reach out to me, because that is something that I think will be coming to me over the next couple months. So, when you're ready, you can just open your eyes, shake it out a little bit. Just take notice of what's happening in your heart space. For me, there feels like a lot more expansion, a lot more ability for me to breathe in to my lungs. I feel like a lot of times I get tightness in my shoulders, and that's opening up. And honestly, from all of the grief I've been experiencing, I have a lot more comfort and processing. It feels like that's happening. So for me, that was really incredible. I'd love to know how that was for you and how it was to have a video activation. As I said, I'll be doing a lot more of these on very different things as they come up. And I don't know if I mentioned this before, but one of the triggers that the angels work with me is when I get a couple of people writing me and telling me what's going on in their lives. All of a sudden I start getting downloads on how to solve those problems. So if you're experiencing some difficulty or anything, reach out to me, let me know what's going on, and I will tap in and ask the angels if there is perhaps a healing that can accompany your growth process, because you're not the only one. If you're going through something, a lot of other people are going through it as well. So, wow, thank you guys so much for listening and for participating. And I just really want to honor all of you for upgrading your heart space. We're moving into a time where we really need to be in a place of upgraded hearts and more forgiveness, more love, more compassion, more joy, more connection. So I applaud you for walking through this with me and for joining me on this amazing new path of Archangel healings. Let me know how it was for you, and I will see you guys all next week. Love you. Bye.